Hi, welcome to my video. I've had a bit of a jig around back in the office, so I'm working with the lighting. I look a bit blue, but I'm not feeling blue, so we'll roll with it. This is the daily energy readings where I give out the tarot and energies of the day to help you guide and navigate the energies that you might feel within, around you, and within others, and hopefully reach your highest potentials. So take what resonates. It is general, leave what does not. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you to the new subscribers. I really appreciate that. And thank you to Wayne for heading people over here. Really appreciate is a mentor and the most honourable man I've met, I think, bar my granddad. So this is for the 13th of March 2020. I'm just noticing some numbers there on the clock that keep coming. So we've got a story, as we always have. There's a story to be played out in each of our individual lives and as a collective. And so there's this story that's playing out that it's been difficult. It's been difficult for a long time, though. It's just being brought to our heightened attention right now, and it's been needing to be rebalanced and recalibrated for a long time now. It's just really being brought to our attention. And this is where we have, through complacency throughout the generations, have allowed this to happen in one way or another, and in varying degrees, of course. But, we have to draw the line in the sand somewhere and find a way through this that doesn't affect us quite so badly. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got ta-da, the sun, major arcana, the sun, much needed, much appreciated. This is where you get this full spectrum of sunlight. If you can be in the sun, if you can not be in the sun, if it's not very sunny where you are, certainly be in nature if you can. If not, go into your own nature, go into your own solar system, all of those energy points, the chakra system that you have within you, and be activating them, getting to know them, getting to feel them, getting to be in connection with them. They're a part of you, and you can use them for better or worse. And so far better use them for the better. But the sun gives off so much, a wide spectrum of light. And so this does feed this energy point system, just as it feeds plants, just as it feeds animals, nature itself. We need to utilize this. And then we look at the spiritual point of view of this, and it's enlightenment. It's light shone upon everything. Now, fair enough, it might be that light being shone right now is a rolling review of the atrocities that are going on, but it's being shown at least, which gives us an opportunity to stop it. That's from the collective stage point of view, and it is from our own individual point of view, in that it's reflective. Everything reflects in on everything. So while all of these things that need to be changed, that need to be either rejoiced or changed for the better, that or need to be stopped, there's light being shone upon that. And it's for us to look in our individual lives first, within ourselves first, as to where is this light shining and what is it showing, and not being afraid to look, not being afraid to see what is there and find the strength in what is there, no matter whether it's happy or sad, because you can transmute that sadness into a strength, which then transmutes that into a happiness, which then propels you forward, movement, flow. And so this is growth, and this is what the sun offers the most: growth, expansion. It's also speaking of, there's opportunities right now where where the light is being shone, for better or worse, like I said, in varying degrees, on the scales. There is opportunities within those cracks where the light is seeping through, where previously things were hidden more, things were more not as easily seen, not as easily understood, because there's this energy of you know, the truth shall come out, you know, the truth will out for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. And there is nothing wrong with you taking your opportunities to do something new within these cracks that are being shown in business, in family setup, in relationship setup, in friendship setup, whatever that might be, in trying to, well, not trying, achieving, making change as far as the collective stage. There's huge opportunities here, in particular for people who want to change things for children in your immediate family and on the collective stage. There are many ways now that it's been shown and much more accepted by the many in the collective that there is seriously something wrong with what is going on with our children and the attack on the family unit, in particular the children within that family unit. And so this is a good thing for anybody that is already in that line of work or going along that line of work. You all know this is something that is very close to my heart and keeps getting drawn into my life one way or the other. To you know, I know that that's part of what I need to do. And so the sun being out is, you know, you would think the sun card, yay, but a lot of people will be feeling this fear of true enlightenment, the truth being out, the truth will out, because that means that there are a lot of truths within a lot of people that they've been afraid to look at them, they've been afraid to see them, they've been afraid to be in that and unpick that for themselves. There's some kind of block there as to wanting to see what is there. And so this is, you know, it's where you take the sunglasses off and really gaze, really look, and get, in particular, really connected with your energy point system, that chakra point system that you can utilize, that you can use for your own good and for all of those around you and what you want to achieve, the good of that. So we've got on the bottom of the other deck, the Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight of Swords comes rushing in. You can see this horse is in a full-on gallop, you know, with his sword up. This is the truths coming out. This is many truths coming out. Now, today on the collective stage, certainly look out for certain truths. I've noticed a thing that, you know, they've been over this gestational spell that is what we are going through right now collectively. I've noticed this this trend of usually when they would do things on a weekday, so say certain things, make certain announcements, release certain monies and things like that, they're doing them on a Saturday or sometimes a Sunday, but a Saturday. And this seems to be, you know, for the likes of Australia, the UK, America, maybe Italy a little while back, but in particular those. They are deliberately doing that, I think, because people aren't expecting these kinds of announcements to hit on a weekend. So they're sneaking them in, they're sneaking them past, and then they can control the narrative. But in your own individual lives, there's certainly many truths charging forward, and you have your own truth to charge forward with. This Knight of Swords energy is of wisdom, intellect, and is fast. It comes in fast and it acts fast. It's a sweeping energy. And so usually there would be a little bit of a warning maybe of, you know, like, you know, think before you speak maybe within this energy. But to be honest, no, speak. If people don't like it, then people don't like it. It gives you even more enlightenment as to who you need to speak to and who you need to give up on, who you need to spend time with. There's certain things, but there's a tearing up energy here, and although that might feel uncomfortable for some, there's a tearing through energy here. People are charged up today, for those that are charged up with truth and particular honor. This card has a lot of honor and valor and bravery. There's certain truths that are coming from these people from all ends and sides of the world, where it seems to be tearing up the narrative that they're trying to play out quite a bit today, which I find super interesting and super exciting, and I hope I'm a part of it. Let's see what messages I get throughout the day. And so going into the reading, we've got the 5 of Cups. And so I know, the never ending story. You know, this is where people are stuck in this sadness, concentrating on these 3 spilt cups rather than these 2 cups that are in the upright. You know, there's a lot of overgrowth here to the castle. You know, the castle in the sky up behind all of this foliage, and so there's a murkiness in thoughts. The waters, the emotions is the cups, and they're murky, they're dusty. It's like when you go in a lake and you kick up the bed of the lake. It gets all murky for a little while before the sediment settles down again. There's a lot of sediment flying around in your eyes. There's floaters in your eyes. You can't see clearly as to this is gone now. Whatever you're mourning, whatever you feel sad about, whatever these emotions are, there's enlightenment to show you that, you know, the enlightenment is to really truly let go, to go forward with these 2 cups and the experiences that you can, and the lessons that you can take out of this loss. And the truth of the matter is that is the truth. As harsh it might sound, depending on what you're sad about, what you're grieving, as harsh as it might sound, whether it's a death or whether it's a relationship breakup or business, there's something that you just need to let go of to be able to move forward. Because right now you're stuck in the foliage and the sun's out, so the foliage is going to keep growing. And so the longer you stay in this energy without taking the lessons out of it and extracting yourself from that position of stagnation, which what happens to water, what happens to emotions when they stagnate, they get poisonous, they get dangerous, you know, they get in, you know, they can infect all aspects of everything that's growing from those waters. And so stand in it too long and your emotions can dry up. You can start blocking yourself off to things that actually would be good, to things that actually would feed you, would feed the soul and make you feel happy and whole and balanced. And so yeah, the sun is out. You don't want to stagnate. You don't want to dry up. Nobody wants to be a prune emotionally. So there's this truth coming out that, you know, there's this needing to let go of something that has got you in stagnation, something that has got you in this sadness, in this funk. And so to clarify that card, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So a lot of you might be feeling cut out from a certain group, from family, and from a group of friends, feeling cut out, and it's making you feel at a loss. You know, it's making you feel like an outsider. Well, welcome to the Outsiders Club. To be honest, it's quite good to be an outsider, an outcast right now. You know, there's something about these systems, to be outside of them, to be able to not belong to them as far as agreeing with them or being in consent to them right now, that I would applaud you. And now it's to see where those cracks are, to see where you can sneak in with your innovative ideas for your individual life, for your finding your own bliss, finding new bliss, and walking away from what has been locked away from you. At the end of the day, there's only 5 pentacles in this church window that's being, you know, shown to you, shown off to you, but they're only 5 pentacles. You know, it's only halfway there. It was only ever halfway there, whatever this is. If it's been so badly affected, it was only ever halfway there. But this push of you feeling disconnected to whatever this is, these people are, actually is the 10, the 5, and the 5 makes the 10, which in the tarot is the ending of a cycle. So there's a real push today that might feel uncomfortable at first, but actually it's that push over the cliff that a lot of people need to say, you know what, stuff this. I've got 2 cups. I've got a whole host of experiences, and, you know, now I know what to do and what not to do, and being left out in the cold isn't quite so bad, to be quite frank. You know, throughout all of the ancient stories, Odin, for instance, he he is the protector of the outcasts, you know, and all of the other various religious stories. There's this thing about, you know, being the outcast. Now, they've maintained that within religion to keep the script, to keep that storyline, but actually the religion is all part of the system. So it's a contradiction in terms. So it was all an illusion anyway. So whatever this is that you have to let go of, whatever has been anchoring you, there's an anchor in that window. Whatever's been weighing you down, anchoring you. It's supposed to look like a tree, but it looks like an anchor today. Whatever's been anchoring you to this, whatever this is, it was a weight, and it was illusionary. It looked pretty on the outside, looked good on the outside, but on the inside it wasn't so good, particularly those affected with family members. You know, you're so different to them, for those who resonate with this, and this has just shown that, this has just highlighted that. I've got a huge family, loads of cousins, aunts and uncles, and I had to cut them off for reasons, you know, for my values regarding children. And it looked so pretty on the outside, you know, Christian family, you know, good jobs, lots of money, you know, looks great. But the integrity wasn't there. That it didn't match my integrity. And so I understand this feeling, but you do get to this point of the 10 where you say, you know what, done. And then what comes up at the 10 of cups? Ta-da! So you make this move to be pushed to the edge of this cliff. And actually, once you're pushed to the edge and you actually get finally pushed out of whatever this is that you get pushed out of, the 10 of cups comes forward. There's this feeling of, this weight is gone, and this is me. And actually, all of those ideas, all of those passions, all of those drives, all of those people that I never quite made it with because I had this anchor, because I had this weight, I can actually do that now. And you'll actually find yourself wishing you could do something and then say, oh, I can. Actually, I can. I have the freedom to do this now. And to find bliss, when I was talking about the times that we're in right now, to find bliss in darkness, which is finding light in darkness, that's when the light shines also bright. And it actually gives resolutions. And let's face it, we've got a lot of resolving to do. It gives resolutions to the problems because it's bringing light into the problems. You're drawing that light from within yourself into what needs to be resolved in your individual life and for the collective stage. When you align yourself with the 10 of cups, with bliss, with this emotional harmony, this has a direct effect on the collective. This has a direct effect as to how the resonance of the collective is. Now, these energies are vast. Many people affiliate, associate, and resonate with many readings every day. And a lot of the energies and readings are similar because these energies are around us and we're drawing them in and using them differently in our individual lives, but lifting the resonance when we get to the point of this 10 of cups. And so this is why it's important to start from within and work your way out in layers and know that you are having a direct effect when you're living with this. A lot of guilt has got to be let go here for a lot of people regarding abundance, regarding doing well for yourself, regarding your wants and your wishes and fulfilling them. A lot of this guilt that has seeped in, even subconsciously, from religious systems, from systems of government, all of these systems that are somebody else's plan that has worked out real well for the few. There's a lot of guilt that's got to be let go of here, and to release that guilt, release that sorrow, is this 10 of cups. And then you get this storyline of this beautiful storyline of this wand, this passionate, fiery, go get a wand. It's like, and boom, out of nowhere, you align yourself emotionally, and then it's like, bang, here I am. I've got these ideas, I've got these passions. Like I said before, you'll actually start thinking, oh, I wish I could do that. Hold on, I can. And it's like, whoa, I haven't felt that for the longest time. And this is a huge lift in a lot of people's lives today. There's a huge passionate drive, and that goes back to this Knight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, this passion, this drive, this force. And now we have, all of the suits. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the waters with the 10 and the 5. We have the wand. We have the swords. There's all of it here, all of this, all the elements of you working to resolve, working to see in the light, to feel the light. And to absorb it in those energy points within self and align them perfectly. And that passion, that fire coming up, this is really good. And so then we have the Chariot, and so the number 8, major arcana. And so this Chariot is huge spiritual shifts, huge inner shifts today from this 5 and 5, but you've made 10, so you've balanced it out. So you have this on either side, and you've got this to go forward with now. And bam, you've got this passionate wand driving you forward here in the middle like a propellant, and you are lifted up off the skies with your resonance of your 10 of Cups there. And so this is where there's these huge spiritual shifts and huge, I want to say, huge advances in the other realms. I feel that like everything reflects in on everything. We have a direct effect to varying degrees, which seem to differ through different alignments of planets and whatnot. Chakra systems above us, literally. Where we have a bigger effect or lesser effect, but an effect nonetheless. And know that within all of us, there is an inner war going on where we are resolving, and we can either die on our sword, or we can literally use our sword of truth to win that argument. That then starts to reflect outwards, where we start to win for ourselves, not even win the argument, but just win for ourselves with this 10 of Cups and this Ace of Wands. In our environment, outside of our inner world, in our inner universe. And then that starts to reverberate out into the collective, which then we do something good with these energies, whatever that good might be, has a resonance and an effect, and it starts to push out even further. Hence, we have a direct effect on the collective and the direction that we go in. And so with this huge spiritual shift, it feels like with a lot of this inner work and this lack of fear, we feel we pull and win something today in the hidden. And there's this huge movement. The Chariot moves fast, like this Knight of Swords. So where you're moving fast in your physical and your words and your intellect, you're thinking fast, you're on the point, and in your emotional body, you then, and with your fire, you're then propelling this spiritual chariot of yours forward. Don't be surprised if you're getting a lot of messages today, a lot of inner stand-ins today from the hidden, from the unseen. Take note of them. This chariot is in balance because there's been inner work done here. And today feels like a day where it's like, oh, okay, done that level up. And so to clarify the Chariot card, we have the Judgment card. This keeps coming up. Anybody who's been listening for a while knows it's like the Hermit energy keeps coming up for a while, and this energy keeps coming up. And this is where we rise from these dark tombs. These are our inner self, really. We've been in this combat with inner self, in this communication with our dark place, we've shone light into that, and you're rising up here with this magnetism towards your path, towards your journey, towards your destiny. Don't know what William's doing upstairs. And this trumpet call, you know, this is the sound that you're hearing, and all is created through sound, and you create in a different frequency, a different sound that is absolutely creating this spiritual forward movement. And what we do here is that we release the judgment of others. Let them have that. That's not yours to have. What this is where we judge what we take forward and what we leave in the tomb, what we leave in the ground, what we leave to turn to dust, to ashes, and what we will take forward with us. We question ourselves. We look at self, and we rise up. And it's this point of, you know, yeah, I've had enough now with these 2 5s making a 10, and rising up into what is truly even more representative of the powers of you. And of course, this will keep expanding the more and more you do this kind of work, and the more leveling up that you do. But this is truly an accelerant today for a lot of you. And so it's the story. If you wanted to picture a movie, it's a guy or a girl in the corner of a room crying and crying and crying, getting exhausted from crying. And then, you know, a phone call comes or a knock on the door, and you get that last blow to say, yeah, you're out of this. They don't care. They don't want, you know, you've been let down. And then all of a sudden, instead of the crying, either the phone slams or the door slams, and you go back, and all of a sudden you see this light in the window. You see this crack in the window, the curtains, and the sun coming through. You open it and you feel that heat, and you suddenly think, I didn't die. That didn't kill me. It's actually made me feel like, yeah, F you too. 10 of Cups comes rushing in. This empowerment comes rushing in. All of a sudden, this person, guy or girl, in the shower, getting themselves primed up, where they've been letting themselves go, maybe, you know, doing that ritualistic lifting up of the physical body. All of a sudden, those emotions are flowing and ideas start popping. All of those ideas and passions and drives that you had previously that you hadn't been able to do because you were afraid of this judgment. All of a sudden, these truths come in, this wisdom, this intellect comes rushing in through the mind. Start writing things down, and you know, feeling like, yeah, I can do this. I can really do this. This 10 of Cups keeps increasing. All of a sudden, there's this shift in the spirit of like, oh, they're present again. Path going forward. This person goes out the door and does something amazing. This person has the best day, feels the sun on their back, and is truly on their path, on their destiny. Movie ends, you know, wheels come up. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. So I hope that resonates with a lot of you, because, you know, we need that to resonate with a lot of you. I appreciate you all. I hope it helps you reach your highest potentials today. I know for a lot of you will. This is a storyline that is exciting and is incomplete, because you are ever expanding and infinite in your powers, in your leveling up. I appreciate you all being here. Much love. Stay balanced and stay whole. Check out the description box. You can hit me up for any readings, any spiritual coaching, or any energy work at truedivinemedia@gmail.com. Love, balance, and wholeness to you all. Mwah.